Hey everybody, wake up. Today we're going to talk about falling off the wagon. Alright, so got a confession. Kind of fell off the wagon in my program a little bit yesterday. So friend came over and we ended up staying up a little later than I normally like. I normally like to be asleep pretty early. Did not happen last night, so ended up sleeping in a lot later than I normally do. In fact, I even slept so late I missed the sun actually rising. So as I got up, I could see that the sun was already partially up. So got my butt out there and started doing my routine immediately. I got it. So what is there to say about this, guys? What do you do when you fall off the wagon? There's only one answer. You get right back on. That's it. That's all there is to it. Really, I should end the whole broadcast right now, but it's not that simple, is it? You know, because what happens is when we fall off the wagon of anything, if we're falling off the wagon of our diet, any of our routines, whatever it is that we're on the wagon moving towards, right? Well, to go with the metaphor, it seems like the wagon keeps moving, but we're off now. Now we got to run. Now we got to catch up. Now we got to jump onto the hitch of that wagon and then propel ourselves back onto the wagon and get on. That's how hard it can be sometimes to get on the wagon, get back on it. For those of you who aren't Americans, you may not be familiar with this metaphor. Just Google falling off the wagon. You'll know what I'm talking about. And I kind of felt like that. You know, my rhythm is a little bit off now, a little bit tired. Not everything is exactly, the way I want it to be. But I still got a ton that I need to do today. Absolutely essential things. In fact, within 30 minutes here, I've got to start a live coaching broadcast. Got an enormous stack of creative work that I need to get done. That a lot of it I should have been getting done at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. So it kind of changes my whole day. And isn't this the thing? When we fall off the wagon in one little tiny way, it cascades out, and it kind of affects everything else that we have going on. And then what that does is it puts us into a situation where we have more and more excuses. It gets harder and harder and harder to get everything back right, to get everything back in alignment. So we stay off the wagon. This is how easy it is to derail your entire program, guys. One little tiny slip up in your routine can change everything. You got to be absolutely vigilant about these things and fight to get them back. Now I just got to remind myself there's a reason why I don't hang out with friends on weekdays. Normally I reserve that stuff for Fridays and Saturday nights so that I can keep my my routine solid, so that I can be 100% bang on. So I just got to remind myself of that. And now tonight, if I have any temptations to be staying up late for whatever reason, can't do it. Got to get right back into the program and then carry on. That's all there is to it. I wish I had an easier answer, but here's the thing: if you have your Konkyo Kaizen lined up, if you have triggers, lined up around your house to remind you of the things that are important. Okay, if you have been reinforcing in your own mind why you're doing these things, why you have chosen particular behavioral patterns that are moving you in a particular direction, and you keep reminding yourself of these things, it gets easier to get back on. If, however, the stuff that you are dumping in your mind is not that, if you're watching most popular culture, which I believe is completely toxic, completely sending you off in the wrong direction, completely teaching you the wrong messages. If your house is designed, if your space is designed so that you have lots of distractions, getting back on the wagon is going to be really hard. In fact, getting on it at all in the beginning is going to be extremely hard. So all of these tools that we talk about, they all add up. None of this stuff is easy. The struggle is never over. That's the whole point. If you accept that the struggle is never over, that it is constant, that becomes a lot easier. It is a battle. It's a war. We're fighting it on a day-to-day basis. We have this fantasy in our minds that one day everything is going to be lined up and everything is going to be perfect. I'm going to be with the perfect person. I'm going to have the perfect situation. I'm going to have the perfect routine. Everything will be sunshine and rainbows. It ain't ever going to be like that. I just don't think that that's the way the world works, and I think that there is a purpose for that. I think it's designed to make us tougher. This is a test for me today to test my intestinal fortitude, and goddamn, I'm going to do my best to not fail that test. All right, you guys, I will see you all tomorrow.